Good evening.
Hello.
I am Tim Scheib with Century 21
I'm Rachel Scheib with Century 21 as well.
and we are going to talk about how you adapt to today's real estate market, whether you're a buyer or a seller. But first,
First, we're going to play our game. Basically, we go through our little table topics game, ask a question, I have to guess what Tim's answer would be, and vice versa. So,
and if you have any questions along the way, shoot us your question on Facebook or Instagram, and hopefully we'll see it. And if we do, we'll get back to you. If we do not see it, we will comment afterwards.
yes.
Right?
Right.
Right.
Maybe. Unless it's a silly question, then
Most likely.
we'll just joke about it. Just kidding.
A little bit.
Okay. How would life be different if you had no fear? Oh, gosh. I'm thinking there's a whole many different ways that this could go. Like physically, you would just like try anything, or if there was no fear of any failure or anything like that, then you would just. Honestly, that'd be really dangerous if he didn't have any fear, because he already is a risk taker, and it scares the crap out of me when you do that stuff. So, I think he would try everything and anything he could possibly think of, which he kind of already does, and I have to say, no, honey, we can't be doing that. That's a little crazy. Let's stop that. So, am I right? Pretty much?
Yeah, because if you don't push the limits, then you're just going to stay in the same old routine. So
Right.
I actually had this talk with my daughter tonight, and I'm like, hey, some people might look at you funny, but you're not going to get anywhere unless you go out and you try it. So
I like routine, personally.
yeah, but eventually you need change.
Maybe I'm boring. I don't know.
She says that and she plays that card, but ultimately she gets tired and she goes out and tests her limits too. So
Yeah.
it just takes her longer.
It's true. Yes.
All right, so a question about Rachel that I'm going to try and guess. I'm going to crawl into her mind. In what era would you most like to have grown up? The 60s? She's a wannabe hippie.
60 now.
Yeah.
I think it'd be cool to just experience like a week in each one. I can't really pick one, but I think it'd be cool to be like.
I mean, I've experienced the 70s, 80s, and the 90s, and the 2000s, and now the 2010s.
That's true. That's
Yep.
kind of scary.
This one hasn't experienced the 70s, so she didn't,
I missed it by just a little bit, but I wouldn't have remembered it. Do you honestly remember it? The 70s? No, you wouldn't remember that.
No, definitely not.
So
But I experienced it. Whether I remembered or not, I experienced it. Fact.
that's a fact, but loosely. All right, let's get down to business here.
All right, so we are going to talk about. Well, let's talk. So we had a first-time homebuyer seminar tonight.
Yes,
That was fun.
we had 5 couples, 10 total people, which was awesome.
Plus you and Dora, so there's 12, and me, 13.
I ordered way too much pizza, so if you were on the fence about it, you should have come, because now I'm gonna get fat because we have all this pizza. in the fridge.
We had a buyer that just closed on their house today, and they texted us and said, "Hey, is there any more keys?" So that was good timing. So I took them a pizza and a key.
Yep.
Good timing. Mm-hmm. And when I showed up at the door, they were eating in their basement. So I was like, "Well, you can have this tomorrow." But
Were they eating pizza too?
No, but they were very appreciative. She's like, "Well, we burn a lot of calories, so we might eat this after we're done."
That's what I thought. I said, take them a pizza.
Yeah,
They're gonna need it.
absolutely. So this real estate market definitely is not like it was even a year ago, even 2 years ago. We're experiencing so much competition. I think there's a lot of nerves and a lot more nerves involved because it's difficult to handle. It's difficult to know where you're going to go, if there's even going to be a house for you. So we're going to talk about what it's like to be a buyer in this market and how we need to adjust our expectations and adjust our emotions behind it.
I feel like we talk about this a lot. We've probably talked about it the last 2 or 3 times. A little bit, we might have touched on it, but if you're a buyer, there's certain things you need to be prepared for and be aware of, and vice versa. If you're the seller, same thing. There's things you need to be prepared for. So,
Yeah, like for example, tonight I showed a house and, I get in my car and I call 2 of the agents that showed it just to make sure there was, just to make sure that I could go back and write an offer. And sure enough, both agents were like, "Yep, we have an offer for you right now." So it's like, oh, shoot. But it is disappointing. It's going to be disappointing for one of the three people for sure. I know one for sure, but two, the second one's probably going to be disappointing too because, they only one can win.
Right.
So, as a buyer, it's like we try and train our clients to not get too excited about a house until it's yours. But the facts are, when you find the house you love that you want to write an offer on, you can't control those emotions. So it's really hard to kind of pull back. But
We have a question from Philip. Hey, Phil. Talk about the pros or cons in waiting to buy or sell. Do you want to go into that,
Sure.
or would you like me to? No.
well, there's pros and cons to everything in life. Risk taker, non-risk taker, pro and con. There's pros to my side. There's a lot of reward if you get lucky, and the con is you could lose your butt. The risk and reward to waiting is you might miss out, and being slow, you might miss out on something. But then you also might get lucky and take your time and get the right place. So there's pros and cons to everything in life. Waiting to buy, the con, rates may jump up on you, prices might go up on you. That would be a con. The pro would be you get lucky and our market experiences a shift and a bunch of houses hit the market and rates stay consistent, which it's hard to believe in this market that it would be a pro to wait. But if you're looking to wait 3 or 4 years, you could get lucky and prices may go down, but rates might also be 8%. So
Yeah, it's a crapshoot. You just really don't know. We always say, like, we only know what you know right now, and so you can only do what you do with the knowledge you have at the current moment. So given what we know right now is a great time to buy, or a great time to sell, excuse me. It's tough to buy right now because there's not a ton of inventory. It's a great time to sell because there's no competition, and you can get a pretty good return for your house.
So I'll drop this on you. In our market, over a third of the inventory is new construction over 300,000. So what that says is that is the most competitive area. So if you own a home that's around 200,000 and you're looking to upgrade, say you've wanted a new home, you couldn't be in a better position than you are today, because right now you could potentially sell your home for way more than you thought you could, because it's a seller's market under 250, no question about it. We've seen prices go up like crazy. But once you get above 350, you're running into, we did the market today, and it's like that 350 to 400 is we have the most inventory compared to sales. So you could actually sell your house at high and then come in at that most competitive level, 350 to 400, or even above 400, and get a better a deal. I wouldn't say it's like a total buyer's market, but you have room up there. There is room for you to get a better deal on something that's a little more expensive.
Sellers have to be willing to wiggle a little bit on their price because there is more
Yep.
competition.
So you could sell in a seller's market and buy in pretty much a balanced market up above.
Yeah.
So it's pretty unique. So if you're looking to move up, now is the time. And Philip, I wouldn't wait. I know you just moved into your
Yeah,
new
but
house.
you don't move, Phil. We know you. You don't want to move just yet.
Yeah, I would wait a little
Your
bit.
wife might kill you.
Yep. So, on the seller side of things, you have to adjust. One of the things that sellers are most afraid of today is not having a place to go. And we totally get that. And so some of the shifts that have happened in the market, and we talked about this in our first time homebuyer deal tonight, sellers are so afraid, but we can take measures like putting some called subject to the home of choice, which allows you to take some time to go find that home. Or if you have a subject to sale offer on a house, it allows you time to go and secure that. If you get bumped from that house you love, or the house isn't there anymore, then you do have the ability with that contingency to pull your house off the market. So, and back out of that offer. And we've told people, do not go looking at houses before your house is sold, if indeed you have to sell your house to buy a house, because you're just setting yourself up for heartbreak.
Right. And we've had quite a few situations where people have sold their house and then they don't have a place to move just yet. And we are doing pretty well with that. People are pretty satisfied. We just had a closing today on one of those.
Yeah.
And we had another closing last Friday on one of those, and both parties, I think, are pretty satisfied and excited for the move they made and where they ended up. So that's good to know. But it's a stressful process. You just have to kind of prepare yourself for, it's going to be a little stressful for a couple weeks, but
Yeah.
hopefully we can make it a little easier.
And it's up to the agents to go out and grind to find that house that,
Yeah.
is the right house or may not be on the market yet, and you get your client in first, and we have such a short window to do it, and it can be really difficult. So
Yep.
tomorrow I've got clients, we sold their house, and we got to find a house in a few days, and hopefully tomorrow we'll find the one. But we'll go look at 5 or 6 houses and compare those to the 4 or 5 we showed yesterday, and hopefully we'll make it happen.
Keep your fingers crossed.
Yes, absolutely. But that is our market, and as a seller, you have to adjust, and as a buyer, you have to adjust. And us agents, if we want to be successful in our industry, we definitely need to adjust. So I think that's the key to anything. It's like we've done Facebook for quite a while, and we've had to adjust because a lot of people are doing Facebook now. So what's next? How do we adjust to continue to capture the business that we've had? So
Yeah. So I'm not seeing any other questions just yet on specifics. So just a reminder, if you have any questions, please ask. That's what these are for.
Yep.
And hopefully we'll have an answer for you.
Yep. So if you do have any questions, you know where to reach us here on Facebook or Instagram. You can. We've got something coming here the next few weeks, so also stay tuned for that. It's going to be a lot of fun. So we'll keep it at that. Once we release it, we'll definitely put it out there on Facebook, so you'll see what's happening.
Yes. Can I share my totally awesome new shirt now? It's not the one I'm wearing. That's a boring shirt.
It's
I'm
not
very-
the one I'm wearing.
I'm very proud of this shirt. I don't know if you can see this.
Move
But
it
that, my friends, is Dwight Schrute eating a beet, wearing a bear suit in space.
Because why wouldn't he?
It's pretty much the coolest shirt I've ever seen in my life. So of course I had to get it, and it just so happens that it benefits. Rainn Wilson has a nonprofit he supports for girls' education in Haiti. So I don't know if anyone follows The Office on Facebook. These are all over, and I saw it and I thought, okay, it speaks to me. You have to. I'm sorry, but if you're an Office fan, this right here is pretty much the coolest thing ever. You're laughing, but
No, I love Dwight. He's hilarious.
it's pretty cool. I mean, I might let you borrow this, but probably not.
I didn't watch The Office before I met Rachel. I mean, I watched it a little bit, but I didn't really watch a whole lot of TV, and I have to say, those guys crack me up. I wish I would have watched it from the beginning.
It's the funniest show out there.
Very good.
Really.
Love The Office.
Yes.
It's also just like her personality, so
What? Dry?
yes. At times.
Yeah. Yeah. Dry humor. But
So, here's a great one. So she loves Pam and Jim. That's like her, I look up to that couple like crazy. That's
I
Pam and
think
Jim.
most girls do. If you don't know Pam and Jim, you really need to you need to watch The Office because it's like the best love story ever.
And so I had some clients that were going to list their house, and their name just so happened to be Pam and Jim. So on our board in our office,
It was meant to be.
on our board in our office, I wrote Pam and Jim, and it took her about a week and a half, 2 weeks to go, Pam and Jim! But,
Thought he was messing with me.
yep. I want to give a couple shout outs to listings. So we've got a new listing in Prairie Trail. It's awesome. It's a Orton home. It backs up to a trail. It's on Greenwood Street.
It's only 1 year, 2 years old, 1 year.
It's about a year and a half.
and a half.
$330 is the price on it. It's a 1,600 square foot ranch with a finished basement, 3-car garage. Great home. We just listed a couple townhomes. Both of them sold. Third townhome we listed. I think we're getting offers tonight on it. But we'll see if that one sells. So what else? Oh, the acreage in Earlham, Iowa. It's 4.7 acres with a 3,000 square foot 2-story geothermal and a big, probably 1,200 square foot shop in the back. That's fully finished, heated, beautiful place. It's out in the country. It's about 20 minutes from Jordan Creek, and we have that at 425. And then there's an additional 4.7 acres, I believe, that surround it. That's for sale too. That you could buy for just an additional probably 80 to 100,000. So fantastic opportunity if you want an acreage and a shop and all that fun stuff. So.
Yeah.
But we have more coming.
Yes,
So,
we do.
But we will let you guys go for the night.
Are you going to turn Facebook off and I'll turn Instagram off since that's closer to you? We had a fail last time. I reached for it and it wouldn't end. So you guys got to see me trying to push the button like 10 times. It was a little embarrassing, but
That's okay.
yeah.
I mean, it's just live, right?
Yeah.
I'm just glad we didn't get trolled.
No. Yeah, that was fun.
Oh well. All right. Well, you guys have a good night and
Thanks for
meet up
watching.
with us again soon. Thanks
All
for
right,
watching.
let's see how this goes.